Welcome students. In this lecture, we will study the neoteny. Neoteny in amphibians. Here, in the study of developmental processes, the two terms pedogenesis and neoteny, they are often considered synonymous, but this is not correct or true. In fact, these two are different terms. In neoteny, it refers to the retention of a larval or embryonic trait or character in the adult body. Here, examples are retention of embryonic cartilage skeleton in adult in Chondrichthyes species and the larval gills in some adult salamanders. These two traits are retained in the adult as these are found in the embryonic or larval characters. While in pedogenesis, it refers to the development of gonads and or production of young ones by the immature larval or pre-adult animal, and the examples are like liver fluke, gallfly, etc. Thus, we have to consider neoteny, it retention of embryonic characters or larval characters in the adult body. We will see some amphibian characters or neoteny in amphibia. Some aquatic larval urodels, they delay or fail to metamorphose, but yet they become sexually mature. They mate and produce fertile eggs. Okay. Here, the distinction between these two processes becomes blurred or overlapped in these amphibians. These animals are either looked upon as adults which retain certain adult characters, certain larval characters, and which not having metamorphosed. This is called as neoteny, or they may be considered larva in which produces organs which develop preciously, and this is called as pedogenesis. Examples: oxalotl, the classical and most informative example of neoteny and pedogenesis among amphibia. They are furnished by ambystoma or also called as amblyostoma. Here, Amblyostoma mexicanus, it lives in lake in the highlands of Mexico and the closely related. Here, another species Tigrinum in salamander in high altitudes of Colorado, that is North America. Ordinarily, they go through the typical gilled aquatic larval stages. Then they metamorphose to transform into adult air-breathing land forms. But, however, under certain circumstances, the larvae do not metamorphose. They retain their gills and aquatic habitat, but they become sexually mature. These sexually mature but morphologically immature larval stage with external gills is called as axolotl, and the name was given by native of Mexico who captured them for food. Okay, here it means servant of water. At one time, these axolots were considered as separate genus: Ceridon, that is Ceridon axolotl, Ceridon mexicanus, Ceridon pisciformis, etc. However, some axolots they brought to Paris in France and they discarded their gills and fins and underwent metamorphosis to become adult terrestrial salamanders. These axolotls have been imported or important laboratory experimental animals for the century, and this is well-known example of neoteny in the amphibians.